I am Usha Pathak. Elders, please accept my respect and love to youngers. Today, I want to say something about prepositional phrases made with verbs. Abide by a promise, abound in or with fish, abstain from wine, accede to a request, accord with a thing, account for a fact, accrue to a person, accuse of some misdeed, acquit of blame, adapt to circumstances, adhere to a plan, admit of an excuse, admonish of or for a fault, agree to a proposal, agree with a person, aim at a mark, alight from a carriage, alight on the ground, allot to a person, allow of delay, allude to a fact, alternate with something else, anchor off the shore, answer to a person, answer for conduct, apologies to a person, apologies for rudeness, appeal to a person, apply to a person for a thing, appoint to a situation, apprise of a fact, approve of an action, arbitrate between two persons, argue with a person for or against a point, arrive at a small place, arrive in a country or large city, ascribe to a cause, ask for a thing, aspire after or to worldly greatness, assent to your term, associate with a person or thing, assure a person of a fact, atone for a fault, attend to a high place, attend to a speaker, attend on a person, attribute to a cause, avail oneself of an offer, avenge oneself on a person, bark at a person or thing, bask in sunshine, bear with someone's fault, beat against the rocks, become of you, beg pardon of a person, begin with the first, believe in one's honesty, belong to a person, bestow a thing on a person, bethink oneself of something, beware of the dog, blame a person for something, blush at an embarrassing remark, boast or brag of one's cleverness, border on a place, borrow of or from a person, break into a house, break through a restaurant, bring a thing to light, brood over past grievances, burst into tears, buy a thing from a person or shop, calculate on success, call on a person, his house or someone to do something, canvass for vote, care for a person or thing, caution a person against a danger, cease from quarreling, challenge a person to combat, charge a person with a crime, charge payment to a person, cheat a person of his due, clash with another, clear a person of blame, cling to a person or thing, close with an offer, come across anyone, come into fashion, commence with a thing, comment on a matter, communicate something to a person, compare similars with similars, and one fruit with another, compensate a person for his loss, compete with a person for a prize, complain of some annoyance to a person, comply with one's wishes, conceal facts from anyone, condemn a person to death for murder, condole with a person, conduce to happiness, confer a thing on anyone, confer with a person about something, confide a secret to anyone, conform to a value, confront a person with his accusers, congratulate a person on his success, consent to some proposal, consist of materials, consult with a person on or about some matter, contend with or against a person, contribute to a fund, converse with a person about a thing, convict a person of a crime, convince a person of a fact, cope with a person or task, correspond with a person, count on a person or thing, crave for or after happiness, crow over a defeated rival, cure a man of a disease, cut a thing in or into pieces, dash against anything, down on a person, deal well or ill by a person, decide on something, decide against something, declare for something, declare against something, defend a person from harm, defraud a person of his due, deliberate on a matter, delight in music, deliver from some evil, demand a thing of a person, depend on a person or thing, deprive a person of a thing, desist from an attempt, despair of success, deter a person from an action, determine on doing something, detract from one's reputation, deviate from a certain course, die of a disease, differ with a person on a subject, digress from the point, dip into a book, disable one from doing something, disagree with a person, disapprove of anything, dispense with a man's service, dispose of property, dispute with a person about anything, dissuade from an action, distinguish one thing from another, divert a person from a purpose, divest one's mind of fear, divide in half into four parts, draw for money on a bank, draw money from a bank, dream of strange thing, derive at some point, drop off a tree, dwell on a subject, eat into iron, elicit from a person, emerge from the forest, encroach on one's authority, endow a hospital with money, enjoy on a person, enlarge on a subject, enlist in the army, enter upon a career, enter into one's plan, entitle anyone to a estate, err on the side of leniency, escape from jail, exact payment from a person, excel in languages, exchange one thing for another, excuse for something, exempt a person from a rule, explain to a person, exult in a victory over a rival, fail in an attempt, fall among thieves, fall under someone's displeasure, fawn on a person, feed on grass, feel for a person in his trouble, fight for the weak against the strong, fill with anything, fire on or at the enemy, fish for compliment, flirt with a person, fly at anyone, fly into a range, free of or from anything, furnish a person with a thing, gain on someone's in a race, get at the fact, glance at an object, glory in success, grapple with difficulties, grieve at or for or about an event, grow upon one thing, grumble at one's lot, guard against a bad habit, gaze at something, hanker after riches, happen to a person, heal of a disease, hear of an event, hesitate at nothing, hide a thing from a person, hinge on some event, hint at an intention, hope for something, hover over a nest, hunt after or for anything, identify one person or thing with another, impart a thing to a person, import goods into a country, impose on a person, impress an idea on a person, impute blame to a person, incite a person to some action, infer one fact from another, inflict punishment on a person, inform a person of a thing against a person, initiate a man into an office or society, inquire into a matter, insist on a point, inspire a man with courage, interfere with a person in some matter, introduce a person to someone, intrude on one's leisure, invest money in some project, invite a person to dinner, involve a person in debt, issue from some source, jar against an object, jeer at a person, jest at a person, join in a game, judge of judgment by something, jump at an offer, jump to a conclusion, keep back a secret, knock one's head against a wall, know of a person, labor under a misapprehension, lament for the dead, languish for whom, lapse into disuse, laugh at a person or thing, lay by for future needs, lead to Calcutta, lean against a wall, level a city with the ground, lie in one's power, light on a person or object, listen to complaints, live for riches or fame, long for anything, look after person or business, make away with a person, make up as or for lost time, marvel at some sight or report, match one thing with another, meddle with other people's business, meditate on some subject, meet with a rebuff, mourn for the dead, murmur at or against anything, object to some proposal, occur to one's mind, often against good taste, operate on a patient, originate in a thing or place, overwhelm with kindness, part with a person or thing, partake of some food, participate with a person in his game, pay away, die some to an ant, pay for one's folly, perish by the sword, pain of something lost, play on or upon the guitar, plot against a man, plunge into a river, point at a person, point to some result, ponder on or over a subject, pounce on or upon a person or thing. Pray to God for guidance, prefer one thing to another, prejudice anyone against some person or thing, prepare for the worst, present anyone with a book, preserve from harm, preside at a meeting, preside over a meeting, prevent from going, prey upon one's health, pride oneself on a thing, proceed with a business already begun, prohibit from doing something, protect from harm, protest against injustice, provide for one's children, provoke one to anger, pray into a secret, punish anyone for a fault, quake with fear, qualify oneself for a post, quarrel with someone about something, quote something from an author, reason with a person about something, rebel against authority, reckon on something, recompense one from some service, reconcile to a loss, reconciled with an enemy, recover from an illness, refer to a subject, reflect credit on a person, refrain from tears, rejoice at the success of another, rely on a person or thing, remind a person of a thing, render into English, repent of misprudence, require something of someone, resolve on a course of action, rest on a coach, result from a cause, revenge myself on someone's for some injury, revolt against government, reward a man with something for some service done, ride at anchor, rob a person of something, rule over a country, run after new fashion, save a person or thing from harm, scoff at religion, search for something lost, see about a matter, seek after or for happiness, send for a doctor, sentence a man to imprisonment, set about a task, set down your terms, show a person over a house, into a room, side with a person in a dispute, smile at a person's threats, speak of a subject, stand against an enemy, stare at a person, stare a person in the face, start for Calcutta, stick at nothing, stick to his point, stoop to meanness, strike at someone, strike for higher pay, struggle against difficulties, subject a person to censure, submit to authority, subscribe to a fund or a doctrine, subsist on scanty food, succeed to a property, sue for peace, supply a thing to a person, surrender to the enemy, take after his father, talk of or about an event, tamper with statics, taste of salt, tell of or about an event, testify to a fact, think of or about anything, throw a stone at anyone, tide over losses, touch at a subject, tower over everyone else, trade with a country in oranges, trespass against rule, trifle with anyone's feeling, trust in a person, turn a verse into prose, upbraid a person with ingratitudes, urge a fact on one's attention, venture upon an undertaking, vie with another, vote for anything, vote against a thing, wait at table, warn a person of danger or consequences, wink at one's fault, wish for anything, work at mathematics, work for small pay, warm oneself into another man's confidence, yield to persuasions. Please subscribe my channel, like and share with your friends.